We're starting the walk on the Cliff Bridge here on Lawrence Hargrave Drive. As you can see the mountain up here, see how they put wire meshing all over the cliff face so no rocks fall on the road here. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk the original road back in the day when we used to come in the early 90s. That was closed off in I think 2003 because a massive boulder fell in the middle of the road, and the Cliff Bridge opened 2 years later in 2005. So we're going to jump the rail here and try to get onto that old Lawrence Hargrave Drive. And the funny story with that is 30 years ago I got my license, and we soon worked out that Wollongong was such a great drive down, so we constantly drove from 1989 to 1992 along the F6. Back then there was toll gates at Waterfall, so we used to just race along the freeway who could get to the toll gates first from Bullo Pass, etc. And fast forward 3 years to 1992, June 12th, 1992, a dear friend who passed this year, Cara Fryer, she was having a birthday party, and we didn't decide to go, so Stuart Pollard, Ashley Preuss, who's since passed as well, over here Jules, up here, just wait till these cars pass, Adam Denning and myself, Ash took us down to some, a friend of his roller skating ring in Dapto, and then we hit a couple of go-kart tracks. And then on the way back, instead of heading up Bullo Pass as we had done for the last 3 years, we just said just head towards Stanwell Park. And would you believe it, that was the first time we stumbled upon Lawrence Hargrave Drive, the fantastic drive, and after that, that was the only way we came down to Wollongong, through Lawrence Hargrave Drive. And what we used to do, we used to come through the Royal National Park, stop in at a kebab place called Nasa Kebabs at Corrimal, and then from there we used to go to a place called Pockets and play some pool. Now this was what I'm thinking was the original road that used to hug the cliff face. So it used to hug the cliff face and then it would join the road again and wiggle around. So we're going to do the walk. Highly illegal, I don't think they want you doing this, but another reason I want to do this as well, you can't really get any video or pictures of the Cliff Bridge unless you're out on the boat. So with us walking the old road, we should be able to get some really good pictures of the cliff face and the Cliff Bridge. So if we get pegged, we get pegged. Here we go. We've already got rock falls starting here. So you can see how close you drove to the cliff face here back in the day. And this was closed in 2003. Cliff Bridge is opened 2005. So this was the original road. So there's no sign saying no entry or no trespassing. I don't think a lot of people realise that this was the old road. So we're going to have a bit of a history lesson of why we love this road so much back in the day. There he goes, it drops down. And the old road must be down there somewhere. All the guys are watching us. Got like a stormwater drain that leads to the other side of the bridge. To be honest, I don't even know if we're going the right way, but we'll soon see. If we see guardrails and tarmac, we'll know we're going the right way. But see how much it's overgrown since 2003, since it was closed. I remember it was only two-way, it was a two-way road. And Coal Cliff is just behind me here, and the Illawarra Coke Company was open back in those days. You can imagine those trucks fully laden coming around this little skinny road with cars racing the other way. It would have been quite hairy because it was such a dark road. There was no lights around it. I still don't even know if this was the road. Maybe the road started a little bit further on. So we're right under the Cliff Bridge here. So this is somewhere a public doesn't really get to go. People walk across the Seacliff Bridge, but they don't really get a chance to walk on this side of it. But there is a path down there. I don't know if it's accessed by vehicles. So what we'll do, we'll keep on heading along the bush track here, and we'll see if we actually find some barricades that shows signs of what used to be the old Lawrence Hargrave Drive. Just under the bridge here, and as soon as I said we'll wait till we find something, here's an old concrete barricade stopping cars from driving on the old Lawrence Hargrave Drive. And if we come around here where the lantana is, here's the old guardrails. So this was the road going this way, and you had a road going the other way. Now this should open up. This is very well overgrown now. Let's just let me go around, otherwise I'm going to run out of memory card. I really want to capture some of these rocks. Oh, here we go. So here's the old road. This was the original Lawrence Hargrave Drive, and the reason why they shut it off is up here there is constant rockfall. Stanwell tops up there, we can still see the gliders in the air, and a Seacliff Bridge going along it. So we're going to do this walk all the way to the end, and then on the way back we're going to walk the Seacliff Bridge. Now you start seeing rocks that are falling from the top. Keep a lookout for falling rocks, Jules. You see one's hit the guardrail here, smash that. My goodness, it just seems to be a consistent rockfall lane now. All these rocks that you see on this road have fallen from the top here. You see some old wire meshing that used to keep the rocks from falling back in the day. These barricades would have been put up, I'd say 2003, when they blocked this road off. Imagine being on this road coming one way or another when that big beast fell down. That has given away from up there somewhere. Probably just up on here. Imagine that falling, and that's right bang in the middle of the road. You just stick that on. These flies have been following us all day long. Have you got my glasses in? Yeah, well, when you're filming, you know, look how old the original wire mesh fencing is that used to hold the rocks from falling. How much would have that held back in the day, especially when something like that falls? When something like that falls, you stand no chance. Reckon I can climb up on there? I'm going to give it a go.
Try.
The journey continues. How is that size rock? So every time I do the Seacliff Bridge, I'll look down on this road because I remember driving on it so much. And you just imagine that falling away from the cliff up there and just landing straight back in the middle of the road. Let's see what others we come across. So this was a highlight. Towards the end of the night, when we did do the constant cruises after 92, after we stumbled upon this road with those guys I mentioned, we used to race through the national park, come down through Stanwell Tops and through all the great little towns here, Stanwell Park and Coal Cliff and Clifton and Coaldale and all those, and get in, drop in and get a great kebab, and then go to Pockets Billiards in Fairy Meadow. And then I really look forward to racing back along Lawrence Hargrave Drive. So I can remember cars being bumper to bumper on here. Look, there's nothing left. Nothing left of the road. Wow. So there was no Seacliff Bridge back in the day. You were just had the guardrail, which is gone. They've taken all the guardrails off here. There was nothing left. So I'd say there would have been a few accidents here back in the day. Cars, trucks maybe toppling over. Look where the gliders are, Jules, right above us. Again, the fence, it goes all the way along. It has stopped a few bricks and blocks up the top there. Kids are graffitied along here. You see how it slopes up and down, Jules? How great it would have been to like race through here back in the day. You just hug the mountainside. And I've got the entry. The reason why I remember the date, June 12th, 1992, is because back then I used to actually, every time I got home, I used to put little diary entries. And on that particular night, we actually stumbled upon the Royal National Park. I've actually written down what I thought of that night, so I'm going to put a picture in the pictures that I upload, and you can see the entry back in 92. It's well overgrown now. Not much sign left that this was the original road, but look how close you are to the cliff. There's not, oh yeah, look at this one here, Jules. It's collapsed completely up the top there. I gather just through wind and rain, just the erosion. Imagine the people that lived at Coal Cliff and the people that lived in Clifton when that boulder fell in 2003. That's when the road was cut off completely. So there was no Sea Cliff Bridge completed. So you would have to go all the way around through Bulli Pass or Mount Ousley, back through Helensburgh. It would have been bad for trade and everyone here. So people must be looking at us on the bridge and going, what are those guys doing? What's down there? I never even knew there was a place down there. Look, everyone's walking on the Sea Cliff Bridge. And we're on the complete opposite side of it. With the snakes and the butterflies and the moths and the flies. Here's another huge boulder right here. We've got another one here. Everything that you see on the ground here is fallen from up here. No barricades left here. There's only a little bit of them left back there, but nothing here. There's another rock collapse up there. Just broken completely away. Where do we go? Do we go up, Jules, or? I don't know where we're going. No, I think down that way. The way you're going, there's like a little bush path through there. We've got some irrigation line. There's those spiky bushes. Oh, it's ripped again. The Havianas are not liking this rough terrain. There's rocks everywhere. Have we come to a dead end or not? I know that this road comes out. We might have to go up here. Yeah, come up here. I wonder if they've purposely maybe collapsed some of these rocks. Anything that was loose, maybe they've dynamited or done something. There's a little track through here, but it's overgrown. Alright, looks like we're going to have to do some bush bashing. Looks like we've either come to a dead end or have taken the wrong road. The amount of lantana that we've had to fight through today just reminds me of when I was a young kid. Look up the top here, how much has fallen away. And over here, when we're going to walk along here, look how much the rock, the cliff has given away over here. Oh, that lantana went all up me. Tell you what, there's plenty of animals here because there's plenty of shit on the ground here. Looks like kangaroo or something. Is that you that did that? Better put them on, they keep on falling. Well, I don't know. I do know that it comes back out because there's a gate on the other side. Maybe the road was up there. Maybe we're going to have to walk this mountain. It's changed so much since the years that it's been closed. Yeah, see, I don't think it's here. I think it's up there. We're going to climb up here, back onto it. I think it's up over that ridge there. Do you want to just wait and have a look? Look at that mountain. No, we're gonna walk back along the Sea Cliff Bridge, so we don't have to come back this way. I think it's just up here. So we'll just keep on heading up here. Reminds me of Rambo in First Blood when he's climbing up the rocks trying to get away from Sheriff Teasel. As long as we don't create an avalanche will be sweet. I don't know where we're going. I don't know where we're going. Maybe the road was down there. Put it in your pocket. So I don't think I can grab it. Someone's beeping at us. How you going? Yeah, maybe. Anyway, I think we can go back down here. Yeah, there was. We're right down on the cliffs now. We're going to make our way back down again and join the road. We've finally come back down from all the lantana. We were up behind the draw here, and you don't realise when you're driving along the Sea Cliff Bridge, you see barricades and you see graffiti, but you don't realise how much the bush has overgrown since 17 years ago. So we managed to snake our way through there and back on the actual road. People on the Sea Cliff Bridge are looking at us thinking, how are those guys managed to get over there? So we've got some graffiti artists that have made their way up here, but it doesn't look very secure. This would have been part of the original construction. You can see the Rio sticking out from the rocks there. But we're nearly to the end. Here's another old concrete bollard. And the guardrail starts again. So this is the drop that you had when you drove along this road. The guardrail follows all the way around and it comes out at the start of the bridge there. You tired, Jules? Yeah. We've done some walking today. Check this drain out. Wow. That probably goes right under the cliff and comes out under the sea cliff. Someone's ripped this drain off it and tried to get down there. Look how great the Sea Cliff Bridge looks from here. You cannot get that view unless you're on this old road. How do you get that view unless you're on a boat? You don't see it snake. You can't see it snake unless you're on Stanwell Tops. There you can actually see it snake, but not through here. We're nearly to the end of Lawrence Hargrave Drive, the original road that hugged the cliff face. Fencing going all the way around. That's all I remember when driving out here, and sometimes when I was passenger, I used to stick my head out the window and just watch that fence. Imagine that, Jules, missing the barricade and having this. You reckon cars have come a cropper here or trucks fallen off? Surely there would have been accidents on here. These are all left from back in 2003. The bush will reclaim this one day. There we go, the first little bit of tarmac that's left. Everything else has had grass and weeds growing over it. There we go. Guardrail in the bush. Get out of here. Huh? Stick, they're wrapped around my ankles.
What's that?
Just a bollard, you know, stopping rocks maybe falling down back in the day. Concrete block. Stuff like this, you know, they would have been put in the original road here.
Oh, wall.
The wall, yeah, the wall, sorry. Yeah. Whoops, we might be able to come to a dead end again.
Oh, no.
No, I think there's a track through here. We're nearly to the end. As soon as we find that gate, we're done. Oh, here we go. Mate, this is a place for prehistoric animals to feed on one another. Look at that. That is a deer. See it?
Mm.
You don't like it? See if there's anything left, we can cook it up. Here's another hoof here. So something has nailed a deer and this eaten it just here on this track. Bambi. Could be the Black Panther. Could very well be. And this is where it started from. Just around the corner here. There's the gate that we have to jump. What we should do, we should walk underneath it. That's a wrap. Look, there's a hole that we can get through as well. Someone's put a hole there. So this is the way the road used to snake around, Jules. It used to come down here from Clifton and the road used to go straight in here. So there's the Seacliff Bridge. And this was your original Lawrence Hargrave Drive. Cross the road, jump that barricade, we'll walk back to where we parked the car and let's go get some lunch. You ready? Hang on. After this. Yeah, wait there, after this van. Now every time I drive over the Seacliff Bridge, I can say I've done the walk from the Coaldale side to the Clifton side of the old Lawrence Hargrave Drive. sketchy. This lady's taking a bit of a risk.
Balik lewat sini, baru kali ini berhenti.
Okay, we'll call it a day, I think. We've done the Stanwell Park Viaduct, sorry. We've done the walk along here.